Hello viewers, I am Maitli. Today we are going to see 11 Cbse Max Introduction to Three-Dimensional Geometry. This geometry is based with the coordinate geometry I've learnt in 10th standard. It's a quite there we have learnt about two-dimensional, but here we are going to do with three-dimensional. Three-dimensional is x and y. We have learnt with x and y, but here even with z. So it is a three-dimensional geometry. We are going to do it in 11th standard. We know that for x and y, the quadrants, we used to go with quadrants for x and y. It divided the plane into four quadrants, four part, that is we call it as quadrants. Here we call this as octants because it is divided with 8 parts. Just have a look at this diagram. Now here, this is divided with 8 parts. The plane is divided with 8 parts. Let me take this x, y and z as the first part. This is the first chamber. This part is the first chamber. At the back side of this, chamber, it will be your second chamber. This is the first one. Back side of this will be your second. Back side of this will be your third. Now this comes your fourth chamber. Now it's divided. On the top it's divided as 4 quadrants. On the bottom also it is divided as 4 quadrants. Here one, back side one, the other side, and this will be your fourth. This is your first quadrant. This will be your second, and this will be your 3. And here again, this chamber is your 4. Now 5 will be here. The back side of this will be your 6th chamber. The back side, bottom of 3 will be your 7th chamber, and this will be your 8th chamber. So it is divided in 8 parts. So we call this to be an octants. Here we have sign. We know that for a quadrant we have a sign, but here for first quadrant will be positive and positive. So we call that to be, for quadrant this is plus, and here it will be minus plus because y-axis is negative here. X-axis is negative here. We call this to be negative and negative. So dash and all it's negative, and x and y will be positive. This will be positive and negative. So this way we divide the quadrants for an octants. The same way we need to divide the octants. The dash will be negative, the x and y will be positive. The same way here we also have, this is your x-axis and this will be your x dash. Same way this will be your y-axis, this will be your y dash. Z dash. Now we'll move on to the first quadrant. The first quadrant, x-axis, x, y and z. So everything will be positive in first quadrant. So I can write this to be positive, positive, positive. As I told before, this is your first quadrant. The back side will be your second quadrant. On the back side, you can see the x dash. So x dash, the y will be here, z will be here. So negative, positive, positive. So here, this will be negative, positive, positive. We'll move on to the third quadrant. For the third quadrant, backside of this will be x dash, y, z and x dash, y dash and z. So backside of this will be, this part will be x dash, y dash and z. So negative, negative and positive. So negative, negative, positive. This way this diagram should come into your mind so that you can correctly write the octants value. Now we'll move on to the fourth one. Fourth one is this one. This one is x, y dash and z. So here it is positive, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive. We'll move on to the fifth one. Fifth one, as I told before, it is below the first quadrant. So first quadrant is here. In the first quadrant it is x, y and z dash. So positive, positive and negative. We'll move on to the sixth one. Sixth one is backside of this. Backside means x dash will come. So x dash, y and z dash. So here it is negative, positive, negative. Negative, positive, negative. Now we'll move on to the seventh one. Seventh one is backside of this. Backside means x will come on that side. So x dash here on the y dash, here z dash. So here negative, negative, negative. So everything is negative in the seventh quadrant. For eighth is this part. This part we have x plus y negative, z negative. So plus, minus, minus. So we have filled the octant, octant sign. So it's very easy only if you remember the 3D dimensional figure, the x-axis, y-axis and the z-axis. No need to mug this up. Just remember the diagram so that you can easily fix the octant value, octant signs. Now we'll move on to the formula which is quite familiar with you, the distance formula. Usually we have learned the distance formula with two coordinates, that is only with x and y. But this year z is also added. So just the formula, in the formula we are going to use z. So distance of AB is given as, A as given as x1, y1 and z1, B as x2, y2 and z2. So it's root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square plus z2 minus z1 the whole square. Now you are going to just add z as same as y and x. Now we'll move on to the section formula. In the section formula, P is divided by the line AB. If it's internally, it will be plus. If it's externally, it will be minus, which we have learnt in 10th standard. The same formula we are going to add z to it. So mx1, m and n other ratios. Usually we take it as m1, m2. It's better to take mn so that it will be easy. mx2 plus n x1 by m plus n. Same way this m y2 plus n y1 by m plus n. M z2 plus n z1 plus m plus n. If it is externally, you will have a negative sign in it. Now we'll go with the midpoint formula. Midpoint, if the coordinates are x1, y1 and z1 and x2, y2 and z2, the midpoint will be x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, z1 plus z2 by 2. And the last centroid formula, it's x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3 and z1 plus z2 plus z3 by 3. So the formula are very much familiar to you. It's just adding z as same as x and y. That's all with the video. Thank you.